Hello and welcome to this week's IRQTC Training Tips newsletter. I'm Brian Traskos, the founder and director of the Institute for Rehabilitative Qigong and Tai Chi. Have you ever had someone say to you, I would love to take Tai Chi classes, or I'd love to learn how to practice Tai Chi, but it's just way too slow. It's just too slow for me. Now, with that said, everyone has a level at which their own personal nervous system functions on a regular basis. In other words, we're habituated. Our nervous system level is habituated, and we all function differently, but specific to us. In general, some people are buzzy. They're running around all the time like they have way too much caffeine in their bloodstream constantly. And other people have a hard time just even getting off the couch. So some people run really high, some people run really low, and there's all kinds of people in between. Now, the really interesting thing about Qigong and Tai Chi is they have the capability to help both the people that are really buzzy come down to a more balanced nervous system function, and the people who have a hard time getting off the couch up to a little bit higher of a routine nervous system function, which is basically more in balance. Because we all know that when the nervous system is out of balance, that's when we tend to have disease, dysfunction, pain, all the other issues throwing our body, our heart, mind, all out of balance. So how do we help these people, specifically who are buzzy all the time, help them to access Qigong and Tai Chi in a way that's not literally an assault to their nervous system? They're saying it's just way too slow, I've tried it and it's uncomfortable. Well, think about it like this. If you were driving down a country road, double yellow lines, and you came up behind a car you're doing 70, and you came up behind a car doing 20, how would that feel in your body? Now, most people would feel pretty agitated, going from 70 miles an hour, foot on the gas, a music playing, buzzing along, and all of a sudden to a really slow, almost screeching halt. That's really agitating for the nervous system. Now, that's the same way that people feel when they are running around all day long. They've been rushing here to there. They might be even running late to class or late to your patient appointment. They got 10,000 things on their mind, lots of things happening. And then if someone tries to slow them down really quickly, it's like trying to go from 70 to 20. And it's literally an assault on their nervous system. There's just too much difference between the 70 and the 20, and it gets very uncomfortable, and then of course our nervous system will kick it out, it will reject it, and because it's uncomfortable, we won't go there anymore. So how do we help these people, again, access Tai Chi and Qigong in a way that can be really beneficial to them and isn't so uncomfortable? Think about it like this. If you're driving down that same country road, double yellow lines, you're doing 70, and you come up behind a car doing 68, you might not even notice that. And slowly over time, if that car in front of you went from 68 to 65 to 60, and let's assume you're not like in a hurry to get anywhere, okay? You're not running late to anything. You just happen to be going 70. And now you're behind a car that's going 68, 65, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. You might not even notice that. If that takes place over a 5 or a 10-minute period, you might not even notice that you've even slowed down. And if you do notice that you've slowed down, it's probably not as irritating to your nervous system as it would be if you went instantly from 70 to 20. So it gives your system an opportunity to accommodate to that slow progression to a lower level of functioning, or a low level of nervous system functioning, let me put it that way anyway, which is kind of coming more back to a balanced level. So how do we help our clients do this? Well, at the IRQTC, one of the things we use to actually access the nervous system in this way, through our individual work with people, through our classes and our workshops, is we actually do more high-tempo warm-ups. So people come rushing in from their busy day, we meet them with a high-tempo warm-up, and then we slow them down, like going from 68 to 65 to 60 to 55, all the way down into that 20-mile-an-hour zone, where their body can actually access greater healing possibilities within itself. So some of those warm-ups look like this. I'll just share a couple with you. One of them we do is vibrations. So we get people doing some shaking. And we start the shaking off actually fairly quickly, over 60 shakes per minute, somewhere between 60, 80, even 100 shakes per minute. We do these vibrations within the body, so you can hear that in my voice. That's how fast I'm vibrating. And as we vibrate like that, we just start to let go of tension in the body. We ask people to let go of the tension in their hands and their arms and their neck. So their arms and their hands start shaking in tempo with the rest of the body. So these little quicker vibrations to kind of meet people in this way. And this is kind of where their nervous system is functioning anyway. After we've done some vibrations, we may do a little bit of some slapping and some tapping. So we'll do some high-speed tapping on different acupressure and puncture points. You know, we maybe tap down the sides. Up the middle, all the way up. Now the really cool thing is we're not only meeting the nervous system in this kind of 68 mile an hour zone here, going from 70 to 68, but we also know that by doing this shaking, doing this tapping, we're actually also releasing tension simultaneously through our muscular system. This is going to help us do this slow down a little bit more. So we've done some shaking, vibrating, we've done some tapping, we may do what we call some blithering. We're kind of shaking off tension. That's a great thing to do in the airport, by the way. That's one of my favorite places to blither. We do some blithering again. Just to shake off some of that tension. And then some of our initial movements are a little bit higher tempo, right? So we're just going a little bit faster, a little faster. And then over time, as we take some deeper breaths, as the leader of the class or the program or the therapist or the professional, whatever it is, if you're in charge of doing the leading, of course, people are going to model off of you. So this is important for me to do it for my group and for you to do it for your group. Slow down. You just slow down a little bit. So here we go. We just went to 60. And you slow down a little more. And you slow down a little more. And when we do this, people's nervous system, again, ramps right down. They kind of come more into a flowing zone with the movements that are going to follow that, whatever you're doing after that, whether it's the breath work or whether it's movements. And you just keep slowing it down, keep slowing it down, keep slowing it down until you can do potentially some meditation work at the end of your set with these folks. So try that out. Sometimes the way to get people to slow down is actually to first have them do that little bit of a speed up. Hey, one of those paradoxes of Tai Chi. So thank you so much for joining me again this week for the IRQTC Training Tips newsletter. I hope to see you real soon, and we'd love to hear from you. So please let us know how you're using these training tips in your practice and in your life. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.